Hello everyone, Mr. Simple Majority here, and welcome back to Simple Plays. Alright guys, I'm heading out to the farm. I got sugarcane growing now. And we got potatoes. These are all 10-10-10s, so they're good to go. Same with wheat. And I've got a nice little simple automation running on them. It's kind of messy, but hey, it works. I'm happy. So over here, speaking of messy automations, let's go inside and show you what I'm up to. So I've automated, it's kind of basic, but it's automated, the production of ethanol. So we have the yeast being created here, and then it passes immediately over here to the fermenter, where it's cooked up. And then from there, it's pushed over to the furnace, which is running with a frictional grinder, turning it into that. And then right over to here. Perfect. So I've got 5 stacks. And I set up this XP system to try to stop that, but you can see it's not working very well, actually. Anyway, but it is semi-working. Anyways, today's episode, what we're going to be doing is making our next machines. We're going to make our next motor, which is the gasoline engine. We're going to make the grinder, which is important because that's how we make cannoli, or lubricant. It also can grind stone to cobble, cobble to gravel, gravel to sand. So, but it's not, you're not going to be able to throw your ore in there and be like, oh yeah, I got, Nope, that's not how that works. That's the next machine after this, and that's going to be the extractor. Now, to get there, we're going to need to get to the nether and collect some stuff, which I want to, but we need to anyways. I mean, need glowstone, lots of glowstone, netherrack, some soul sand would be nice, and so on. You also notice I put a sound block up there because this is getting quite noisy. Actually, what I'll probably do is eventually move this whole assembly more closer to the farm to do that, and then of course I'll have to find a way of getting the materials over. So anyway, we're going to be doing that. We're also going to be working a little bit in practical logistics because I think I have an idea that will save me from having to run all the way out to that farm and back every time. What else? We're going to build the metallurgic infuser, which is just going to really, and I don't want to do this mechanism into the creator or ADN, but for right now that's what we're doing because we're focusing on rotary craft. Eventually we'll transfer over to the mechanism system, but for now we need steel, and the only way to get steel is mechanism through the metallurgic infuser. So we're going to build that and create the steel that'll get us to the underworld. I don't typically record the underworld because Chromatograph makes it a little laggy, but if it's coming in good, we'll turn it on. What else? I think we'll fill in the rest of the episode with a little bit of Chromatograph crafting as well. I do have my arcane, my Thaumcraft stuff. I've done a little bit in Thaumcraft. Mainly right now I'm just doing my notes and such, getting that all done. I mean, there's no point to me showing you guys how to do any of that, but Chromatograph has its own entries. I've already got the crystal wand core learned. Need 2 thaumium ingots, 2 bounce shards, 2 V filters, and an iridescent crystal chunk that gets us the crystal wand core, plus 20 aurum, 20 ordo, 10 percutatio, and 40 vitreous. And it says null, so I don't know if we can actually make it and if it actually works. Then we have Firezite cap, Waterstone cap, Complex, Ender, and you'll see it says Novel caps. Doesn't actually say anything, but to make that, we need 5 fluidic ingots, plus 50 aqua, and 20 ordo. Yeah. So right now, I'm just basically kind of filling in the gaps. I think over here in Astorica, I got shard rings. Don't know, oh, they give discounts. That's what they are. I don't know what else is here, but right now it's just kind of empty. I do have the goggles of revealing unlocked, so as I said, right now it's just mainly getting some of this stuff opened up so that we can play around with it. Now I do have the research mastery and stuff done. That's the first things you want to do to get these two guys done, because this will give you the chances of reducing the amount of aspect you use in research, and this gives you, so you regain that research point 25%, and this one gives you a 50% chance, and additionally you will 10% chance of not costing anything. I also unlocked the deconstruction table because eventually we're going to need that. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I need to do node tapping and so forth still as well, and we're good to go. And just trying to figure out where I actually want to go on this and where I want to start. I don't know if I want to go into alchemy first. I think I really want thaumaturgy. That way I can unlock some of the better wand cores and caps and so forth, so we can build better, get better wands and so on. And then I think, of course, need to get into alchemy, artificing, obviously, so we can do automation. Golemancy, I don't know if I'll probably get into Golemancy. Automagy, don't know what we're gonna do here yet. There's a lot of hidden stuff. So right now it's just, like I said, trying to figure out where I want to go and how I want to start it. So, okay, let's head outside. You can see I built the casting room. And by the way, these are actually worth V. In fact, I actually can get some more, I'm sorry, not V, aspect. I actually can get some more aspect out of this. Where is my thermometer? Because I believe there's two things I haven't done here yet. Now I've got the casting table. Here it is, embossed crystalline stone and engraved. So everything in here is definitely worth checking out. You can pick up all kinds of nice stuff from that. Cool. I don't know if rotary craft machines give any. I haven't tried. Yeah, I can't learn anything from that. I got something off the liquid pipes. And the cooling fins. Oops. So not the steam engines. Maybe, well, you know what? I didn't try steam engine. Yeah, nothing can be learned from that. The blast furnace? I haven't done the blast furnace. Nothing. Nothing. Yeah, you definitely want to check out every little detail, because you never know when something's going to pop in and be the magic one. I don't think I've hit barrels yet. Yeah. Trapdoor, I know didn't do that. There. What about the pump? Can I hit the pump? There it is. Yep. Shaft? Nope. Let's head down here real quick. There we go. Already got the furnace, got that. Can't do that. Hey, looky there. Nice. Nothing on the conduits. I didn't think I would. Ladder? Yeah. So I didn't even think to try these out. What about back here? Yes. What about that void pipe? Yeah. Hey, I've got some off that too. Nice. Ooh, that means I probably can get the water wheels too. I'll do that later. Now, I haven't been brave enough to go try and scan the energy beacons. No. Ooh, I'm not that brave. No, sir. So, anyway, we're going to get started. And come back here in just a few moments while I gather up materials to make the gas engine, and we'll come back, okay? Alright guys, we're back, and we're ready to get started. So we're actually going to start right here on our casting table, our crafting table, not casting, wrong mod. We're going to do that, and you're going to get 2 piston or cylinders. Then we're going to take the HSLA, go like this, and drop a piece of redstone in the middle, and I think we need a piece of gold on top. Nope. Oh, no. It's like this. Excuse me. The ignition unit. There we go. Whoops. I didn't grab my parts. Parts. Oh, boy. I only have 1 gear left. Ouch. Okay. So let's make up some more gear, because we're going to need that. We also need some shafts, too. So we'll make those. May have to make up some more steel, actually. There we go. Okay, so next we're going to do is make ourselves a 2x gear unit. Right here. And it's 2 HSLA steel and 2 shaft units. Then we'll make ourselves the trusty impaler. And I think we're ready, actually. Let's switch over to our work table. And we can pull up the gasoline engine. So 2 cylinders, gold ingot, ignition unit, 2x gear, shaft unit, 2 base panels, and an impaler. Perfect. There we go. Ah, come on. Thank you. Yep, okay. Next, and I might need to actually go craft, and I know I do, let's make some more steel. I hate doing it this way, but we don't have really a choice. We don't need very much steel. I've got iron, but I don't want to craft it up because I don't have very much of it. So, I'm still on the mining frenzy. So let's take these, drop them in here. Okay. So that one only gave me 9. Maybe we'll get lucky and get a boost out of the second one. $18, so nope, no bonuses. Darn. So we'll just take what we get. There we go. Okay, yeah. It's weird when you pull stuff out of any of the machines, it like doesn't want to stack up. I don't know what that's all about, but no big deal. Alright, so now what we need to do is make a couple of saws. Now the impaler was on the cardinal points. The saws are going to be on the edges. There we go. A couple of saw blades. And I think that's actually all we really need for the grinder. Right here it is. So it's 2 HSLA steel, 2 saws, a HSLA steel gear, and 3 base panels. So yep, that's what we need. And I'm going to pull this up here in a moment. We'll talk about it. There. Alright, so let's wire this up. First let's talk about that grinder and what it actually does. That's going to be found under processing. That's going to be your first entry. The grinder does exactly what it suggests. It's going to take stone, grind it to cobble, cobble to gravel, gravel to sand, sort of thing. It also plays a critical role in lubrication of gearboxes. It grinds canola seeds into oil, and oil usable as a lubricant. This machine operational speed goes up as the input speed does. And it requires 4096 watts and 28 newton meters worth of whatchamacallit. Now, I'm going to also craft a couple other things here before we get moving, but first I want to go get some canola. I'm going to grab about 6 stacks, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 3, yes. Need to come back here and tell this guy to kick back on. Otherwise, otherwise it's going to fill up the harvester. Alright, so now that we got those, I'm going to craft up a barrel, because I hope a barrel works. Otherwise, I'm gonna be really in real trouble. I do know that from behind this grinder, I had to build a tank to hold water, and then from there use a fluid pipe to pass that out. Which we need a special pipe to move the lubricant out of our system. I'm gonna use wood and glass, and that'll craft lubricant hose. There we go. You know what? I think we'll do the reservoir, because I don't really talk about it and hardly ever use it. Okay, there it is. It's what is it? 7 base panels. Do I have enough? I do not. There we go. I do now. It's just 7 base panels and you get a reservoir. The reason I don't like to use it is because the output is on the bottom, and sometimes I don't want the output on the bottom. But for this purpose, we're going to use it. So let's come over here, pop a hole, a couple of holes actually. I'm going to drop our engine in. You can see here, there's the GUI, put your fuel here, and then your power bar here. There we go. Wood shaft. And remember your shaft load limits. What's gasoline producing? 512 radians per second. 128 newton meters. Ooh, what? Oh, yeah. And our load limit on that is 278 newton meters at 3577 rads. So we should be good to go for this. 512 radians per second. Oh yeah, we're fine. And we'll put the couple more things. We're gonna pop out here and pop a hole here. Yeah. Take and route our item conduit over to this guy. And we're going to insert, and over here, extract. And there she goes. You'll see it's filling up. I think it holds 4 hours of fuel unless he's changed that. There we go. Just tearing all my wall out. Okay, perfect. Lastly, put the grinder here, and that's it. Lubricant hose connects to the side of it, and we'll hook up our reservoir right here. Okay, one last thing I want to craft, and I'll have to get some iron for that first. There we go. But the last thing I want to craft here is the hopper. So I can put 6 stacks of this in there and let it build up. Very simple. Let's do that. Perfect. There we go. Nice. Okay. We'll come over here and put a torch down instead of the hopper. Hopper. There we go. And we'll just load up our canola seeds. Oh, that's right, I did that. Now if we look in here, you can see it's processing, but it's going to be a slow process. It takes 18 seconds to produce lubricant. There we go. And it's also going to produce this seed husk. So even though I am automating this process, it's going to be a slow process because we're going to have to come in here and manually unload these seed husks from the grinder. Otherwise, we are now officially producing lubricant. We've got 205 millibuckets worth. Nice. I don't know. I've never actually hit the U key on this. Canola seed plus yeast equals compost. So it does have a purpose. Don't throw it away. There we go. I believe that would tie in with rotary craft. Or not rotary craft. Oh, whatchamacallit. Yep, wood. That would tie in with forestry to make it a usable material for the forestry machines. There we go, perfect. So yeah, you definitely don't want to throw it away. It'd be usable as fertilizer for the forestry multi-block farms. Okay, so why don't we come back in just a moment and let me get myself regathered, and we'll get started on getting to the underworld. Okay guys, we're ready to get started here. We're going to need some osmium, a couple of furnaces, 2 pieces of redstone, and then 4 iron, and that's going to make the metallurgic infuser. Now this is for me in this pack, the only way I can generate steel at this time. HSLA steel will not, and I repeat, will not work in the making of the pickaxe that will get us to obsidian level. So, way it works, we got 2 input slots. This one here is going to hold either redstone or coal. So, in each coal gives me 10 carbon. We need 10 carbon to make 1 enriched iron. Okay. So that's why I did 2. I'm only going to make 2, and that's why I said I really feel bad for mechanism right now, but we will get to actual doing mechanism, because there's a lot of machines that I've never seen before in this. This is all new to me. So, I'm going to drop in our next 2 carbons. We'll drop the enriched iron back in, and that's going to make the steel dust necessary. So, now from here we can kind of gather what I'm going to do. I'm going to toss it into the smeltery, and I'm going to forge out a steel pickaxe. Only need 2, 1 for the ingot, and then half for the shaft, half for the binding. So I'm going to make those, and I'm going to go ahead and head on down to the underworld, collect the, let's see here, where's my trash can? Oh yeah, I moved over here for doing what you call it, because I don't need that anymore. But I'm going to head down to the underworld, start collecting up glowstone, and I'm going to be looking for cobalt and ardite as well. There we go. We'll probably do some recording down there. I don't know. Like I said, it can be kind of laggy down there. And it has to do with chromatocraft. So, now way of progress, today's give me's, we're, let's see, where are we at? We're now up tier 3. I believe so. Nope. All we have left is the evil realm. That's pretty simple. Open an underworld portal, and you're good to go. But I think today's give me will actually be a painful loss. Let me explain how this one works. So, you see it's connected directly to your energy manipulator. And it says, you lose your knowledge, your items when you die. What happens to your knowledge? Well, here's what you're going to have to do to complete this one. You're going to need to fill up your wand and a bunch of pylons. You need to generate a lot. I've heard people say you need to have something like 90,000. I don't know what that number is, where they came up with that. Maybe that's just when it happened for them. You need to generate a lot, tens of thousands of lumens into your wand. And eventually what will occur is you're going to want to do is get yourself killed. Do so near your base. If you're going to die, do it near your base. That way you don't have to run very far to get back and collect your stuff. There's no rule that says you have to do this at a pylon or anything. Anywhere will work. But upon death, you will get the achievement or the progress unlocked. There we go, and is that charcoal? Why I got charcoal? I know I got leaf blocks. Ooh, hello lag. I know I got leaf blocks. This was starting to run a bit sluggish. And we're good there, I just need to get more sugar. So, but anyway, yeah, that's how you do it. And the underworld portal, that's pretty straightforward, simple. There we go. Okay. I'm going to keep that on me because, as we all know, that the fermenter does eat the leaf blocks for breakfast. I'm going to get my bucket of water going and head on down, find the obsidian, set up my portal area, open it up, and we'll meet back up once we're in the Underworld. Alright guys, we're here in the Underworld, and you can see it's very laggy down here. And that's mainly because I'm recording. It'll smooth out here in a second. There we go. So, I opened the portal, and it landed me right off Stronghold, so I can't... or an Underworld Fortress, so I can't complain about that too much. There it goes. It's smoothed out finally. Definitely can't complain about this. No. So I got a couple of goals down here. One, we need Netherrack, which won't be a problem. 2, Cobalt. 3, Ardite. And, of course, Glowstone. And a lot of Glowstone. The more I can get, the happier camper I shall be. So, what I'm going to do is to save on the pain and suffering of being down here trying to record, I'll go ahead and cut out. And we'll return back once I'm back in Overworld. Now, just one thing I'll point out, as soon as I entered, I got the achievement called the Evil Lair, so... oh, the progress, I should say, not achievement. Wow, it is just really laggy down here. A lot of that, I think, is chromatograph. And I'll explain that down the road eventually. But I think a lot of that has to do with chromatograph. Because there's a lot more than meets the eye here, that's for sure. I will say this, I'll point this out. Let me get all this picked up. Nice little pickup there. Almost 3 stacks. You will find crystals down here. Now, unlike the ones in the Overworld, the ones down here actually are not good for you. Ardite. They will actually put negatives on you. So, for example, the crystal that gives... there's one right over there, in fact. There's one right there. Which one is this? Kajani? Being careful how fast I move. Wow. And it just like lagged out. Again, I mean, it's... yeah, it's ridiculous if we can get to it. And there it is. Yeah, that's Kajani. So, Kajani and Overworld would poison us. So I wonder what it would do down here. I don't really want to try, so... you'll want to do is make sure you break these at a distance. Because that could be something even more dramatic than just, you know, your standard poison. That could be something horrific. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll go off camera. Ooh, there was one right there. And, Cobalt. Gather up my materials and we'll come back as soon as we're back in Overworld, where it's less laggy. Okay guys, we're back from the Underworld. Had a pretty good run, but we're almost out of time. I did promise a bit of chromatograph today, so we're going to do that. We're going to get right to it very quickly. Remember that second casting table I said was a good idea to keep in here? Well, here's what I use it for. To make crystal runes or crystalline stone whenever I need it. Oh, I need my wand. Things of that nature, so... and it's not particularly important right now. Where's my wand? There you are. But down the road it will become quite important to have. Oh, wait. Seriously? Okay, that's fine. I'll move that later. So we're going to make a few things here real quick. We're going to make the Taharn Lumen Lamp, which we need to go inside for first. And yes, the lag follows when you leave. I'm going to put Fastcraft in to see if that helps. So, oh, almost forgot 2 important things. We're going to need 2 blocks of glowstone. 1 and number 2. This one will become a redstone lamp. There we go. And I need 1, 2, 3. What else? else do we need? I need 4 shards of any kind. We'll do Katrino. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. My last remaining furnace shall cook that. So we'll come back with that in a moment. Alright, let's head out here. The first thing we're going to do is create a Tahar and Lumen lamp. Now these things are nice because you can build you get 16 per. Recipe's very simple. Now this one says Kuro, but if you change this, yeah. Well, we will need a Kuro and a Nyla rune for these, so. But the one we want is Tahara, so it's -1, 2 out. 1, 2, 3. 3 north and south, and then -1. So I need a Kuro shard, or rune. But the recipe is pretty straightforward and simple. So let's get ourselves a Kuro. I think I have a Kuro, actually. Yeah, I got a Kuro. Nice. Okay, cool. So let's grab that, and let's go back out there. And let's grab our stone while I'm at it, too. There we go. Alright. So what we're going to do is open this up. We'll grab our redstone lamp, drop it in the middle. 4 pieces of glass. And then 4 Tahara shards. Next we need to plant our... Whoops. I kind of goofed. Excuse me. I forgot to make my pickaxe. So I picked up... how much did I get actually? I took 4 of each, Ardite and Cobalt, so that got me 8 ingots. A good start. As I said, I'm probably going to add a fast craft. I don't know if that's going to help, but something's got to help. It gets kind of insane when you go down there. And that's kind of why I keep Morph around, because the lag is so intense that I end up running into lava. So being a blaze really helps out there. 1, 2, and number 3. And I'll get some mossy cobble for that later. Okay, so let's get to it now. So we need to go from the table north, which this is north. 1, 2, and then number 3. And we'll put the Kuro here. And when we did that, I just picked up weak magical Folkai. And then right here. And we'll put the Nyla in. And we'll check our table, and there it is. And you see this neat animation, particle animation, coming from all the points. And there's our shard, Tahar and Lumen lamps. Very nice. So grab these guys, and make sure you put back your crystalline stone when you're done. Otherwise you break your temple, or your casting area. Okay, now that's going to let us create something I haven't played with a lot, and that's this, the Subterranean Illuminator, which we need 4 Nyla, a Chromic Dust, 3 Aura Dust, and a Tahar and Lumen lamp. And it takes 2 Nyla at 1, 2, 3, 4 E west, 1, 2, 3, 4 north. So we'll go ahead and plant those guys now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you, like with these, where they're kind of how they are, they're even on each side, this is actually very easy to plant. There we go. So we'll take our dust, our Tahar and Lumen lamp, Chromic Dust, and oh, I need 4 Nylas. I forgot to grab the Nyla. I grabbed the one to make the extra Nyla rune, but I didn't grab the 4 needed. Sadly, we didn't make it to the practical logistics, so we'll pick up there next time on the episode. There we go. And there we go, Subterranean Illuminator. Now, I'll admit I have not played with this very much, so I don't know exactly what it does. But we do have one last thing we need to craft today, and This is something you want to craft up as quickly as you can and as early as you can. Okay, let's put the dirt back. Doesn't matter with the dirt, but keeps the floor nice and even. The last thing we want to build is right here. It's called the Chroma Collector. It requires an Eye of Ender, 3 stone, and 4 shards of any type in a glowstone block. And I need my Eye of Ender. I used my last Ender Pearl. I found some cinder pearls, I think it is, in the desert. So I was able to make the blaze powder. And I made the Eye Ender, and then I was like, oh, I need glowstone. Dang. Okay. You want to make this thing as quickly as you can. Get to the underworld as fast as you can go. For you, block glowstone, and there are 3 stone. There we go, and there it is. It's a very simple one. And there we go. We'll show that off in a minute. One other thing I like to make. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, we're only going to do 1 at the moment. No, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a nice little toy to have around. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. These are the lumen turrets. Now, they require sunlight to work. You cannot put these underground and expect them to defend your base. But I'll put one here and here. Here and... Yep. Nope, not there. There. Perfect. And then I'll put these around the perimeter and stuff. And basically, they'll shoot the mobs and kill them. As long as they're under the sky. So you can't put these indoors. You can't put these underground. But you can also make a really kick-butt mob spawner. Which I'm gonna do starting, I think, right here. I'm gonna put this, not put this down right now, but I'll explain what it does. But I need to figure out how I want to run my mob spawner. Because what I'll have is a mob spawner with using these lumen turrets. When these turrets kill a monster, there will be no loot drop, but it will drop XP. So if you build a mob spawning room with cursed earth and all that, and use these to line it, you're going to have like instant kills. There's one problem. Remember, these need light to be able to see the sky to work. So what you have to do is build a piston system to open and close. You have it closed during the daytime, so that allows mobs to spawn. Throw in some logic to override the daylight sensor on that, so that you can open them, kill monsters, collect the XP, get chroma. And then at night, of course, it all opens up and the mobs are spawning normally. So, and this will build in, you can actually automate this process with this chroma collector. Now, like I said, I'm not going to put it down because I don't want to cause any problems with it, because it does store liquid. But what it's going to do is transfer your XP into liquid chroma, which we have an entry in our book pertaining to right here. So it can be condensed down to this free-flowing liquid, which is used in a lot of recipes and a lot of your multi-structure builds. So you need to have some way of automating this and constructing it. So if I put my spawner here, start building it here, and then have the infusion ring here, then the chroma wouldn't have to travel very far. And maybe even like an infusion system right nearby too, so that I can do alloying and so on. That's for another episode, because we're way over time and budget at the moment. Again, as usual. And I didn't make it into practical logistics and test out my little idea. Between the episodes, I'm going to actually construct my spawn room. And now I won't have the cursed earth, going to have to do that. I'm not looking forward to it, but, you know, hey, this is for you guys. So we're definitely going to need a weapon, armor, some other things as well, and make things life a little easier. But I'll get that room constructed and ready so that it's ready to go for the next episode. And I'll figure out how I'm going to run it. Maybe a drum. I don't know if we can store liquid chroma into barrels or anything like that, or drums. So I know it could be stored on applied energistics. I've seen that done using extra cells too, but I don't know if we can put it into a drum or a tank That would be nice if we could. So something I'll have to check out and see if that'll actually work for me. For now though, this is Mr. Simple Majority signing off. I hope you all enjoyed the episode, and we'll see you all real soon.